Let me show you on how I made 7,000 profit on my personal account in just one single trading setup with this beautiful gold trade over here with 5 risk reward in profit. I forecasted it to my inner circle members, and today I want to make here a quick recap to explain you specifically how this trade worked out and how most of the SMC and ICT traders got induced in this example. I've received many messages on my Instagram account that they haven't traded that one because they have been sweeping out their stop loss right before the movement started to go up, and everything I'm gonna explain in this video. Let's go, friends. So guys, welcome over here. I gotta mention, it's not the only account where I took this trade. I did it on a couple of ones. I also passed a few challenges with this trade as well. So in the future, you will see a few videos where I'm gonna recap the same trade because it was so good. I had to take it on a couple of accounts, and usually that's exactly what I do in order to scale a little bit my profits. And yeah, this is the beautiful trade, guys. It was done here during the New York session. It went extremely to the upside, and on the personal account I actually really risked a lot at the end because I've been scaling in while price moving up higher. For me, I managed this entire thing with a trailing stop. So I had the entire time my stop was at the beginning right here, then below the low, and so on. And as price moved up higher, I've been always like going higher and higher with the stop. And then here during this accumulation manipulation, it was a 50-50 chance if I'm going to win the setup or if I'm going to lose it at the end. So in worst case, I would have been really coming back out with break even, but price luckily went up higher. And yeah, it was a great one. I definitely made a ton of profit on that. And initially I wanted to go a little bit higher to make a total of 10K in profit. That was actually the goal. But for me, I just seen that price is at this external and I wasn't really sure about it if it's gonna right now at this area stop to go up higher, and I didn't want to lose that profit because it took already a while. And I also sent this as a forecast to my inner circle members as well. So I wanted to manage it properly and not trying to be here the superhero. I'm never doing that in trading. It's very rarely that I do high risk trade or something. In this case, it's been a good setup. It was not too much risk at the end because I had a very good entry and I could have scaled into it very good. So yeah, this is the MetaTrader showing you here again. I took also withdrawal that day. That's why you see the minus 2K. And I also withdrew the entire profits again as a reward for this good day, more than other traders do with their payouts on their funded account over a couple of months. So yeah, great thing. So let's go over it. Let me just break it down for you, friends. Let me show you also the Discord. And by the way, if you want to join us, be part of us, we have right now a free trial down below. Check it out and trade with me every day, guys, because what we offer there is high quality signals, but not signals as you probably know it from the scammy channels. No, we definitely tell you every single time what you have to do, and you learn the strategy. It's not so complex because I break it down every day. I go live with you, same as I did today. So let's just have a look at it on how it happened. Today, for instance, in the announcement section, I told them I'm gonna be join a voice live. We have here a live channel where I break down live analysis. It's this one, and everyone is joining that so they can actually then get the analysis. And I told them right at the beginning that at that day, right, I'll show you now specifically what I told them is that I didn't want to trade anything before price will not hit in one of our POIs. So you gotta understand, we trade everyday London session. It's normally the highest quality setup that we take. And at this day, when I've seen price, I've seen it being here, and I was like, okay. In the live analysis, live with everyone, I told him, I think price is gonna go down. I think price is gonna go down somewhere in the area of this here or this one. So I will show you now specifically the areas on the higher time frame so you understand the POIs that we selected over there, because maybe you think of I'm trading the lower time frames, which I definitely do, but I would never trade the lower time frame without the higher time frame. That's a thing that most traders, from my point of view, make it wrong. Most traders are trading the entire time lower time frame only, which is exactly the reason why they are not profitable from my point of view. If you don't understand what's going on at the higher time frame, you will be lost. You need to follow the higher time frame. Otherwise, how could I have made in this trade more than 140 pips on one freaking trade? It's insane. It's a lot of pip amount. It's on, most people can't even think about that. But on gold, it's possible every day. We trade gold only, and I make a forecast every day for gold. I know exactly what high probability setups are, and I would never risk my money on setups where I wouldn't see it. So let me show you quickly this entire thing. Like, this is how it looked today in the morning when I went with my inner circle members live, and I told them, hey, what I see is a potential bullish order flow, but I've seen it very low probability. This is why I didn't want to join the long. I want to be short, more short than long, but actually I wanted to be long later on, because what I've seen was a form of liquidity here. Do you see those equal lows, right? This is the 1 hour time frame if you're right now confused. It's an indicator I use powered by 2 degrees. You can check down the link down below to get a discount of minus 20% to use their incredible indicator, which helps me to see here hourly separators, as well as having the 1 hour displayed over there. You can change that. You can put there the daily time frame or the 4 hour, but for me, I like to use the 1 hour order flow and to understand where price might come next and to trade that and to use this as confluences. So basically, I've seen on the 1 hour here these equal lows. And also, I wanted to see price actually being super bullish. Let me just go quickly to the higher time frame, because if you watched my last YouTube video, then you would have known that I actually predicted already here live on YouTube this entire Asia move, because I told you that this is going to happen, that the price is going to go up. And it moved actually till the top almost 300 pips, which is incredible. Still, I couldn't participate on that because I was sleeping. I was not trading the Asia session, but I broke it down to my inner circle members during our Zoom call that we had today as well, how you could have actually traded that one if you would have been there, because some people like to trade Asian session. I would not say it's not a good idea or something. I just can't do it because I cannot be 24 hours awake. So this is why I actually missed on this one, even though it was quite simple that this is going to happen and it was very clear. And I traded yesterday also here this beautiful short to the downside, and I also predicted specifically the PY. So watch out the last YouTube video to check that out as well. Great. But because of this situation, I was still bullish on everything. Like, I was expecting price to come very, very fast higher. Like, to come here till this high, and even a little bit higher than that, right? Because that's normally how price sweeps liquidity. Also here, as you can see, it swept above liquidity around 47 pips. So you can also expect in a situation like this that the price will give you around 40, 50, maybe even more. Like in this case, it provided over 100 pips to the upside above the level. It was not something I was immediately expecting, even though I understand that on the higher time perspective, I see gold coming to a new all-time high soon. So this is your new free forecast over there. If you want to get it every day and plus my setup, then you know which link you have to check out. So back to the idea. So in the 4 hour, that was my idea. I understood we're on the bullish order flow and that we are going to now tap into some internal liquidity. You see this one here? It's for me internal liquidity, and it taps right now here into it, and I was expecting it to go up higher. But here the problem that most people have, they have no idea at what level is gonna actually start to go up. So I had 2 levels for the day, which I was looking for price to actually take liquidity from. I did took also on this account a small short at this day, just because I liked the price delivery, but it was not my primal setup. And it would have worked out even better than I did it. I was just really scalping it today because I knew we're not going to have so big movements. And I also explained to my members that, hey, because of these like equal lows here down below, I was expecting price to tap into it and then to eventually give us a reaction. So what we should look at is if price comes down is to perform our entry confirmation. Let me tell you one thing. This was not our entry confirmation. And yes, we trade M1 breakup structures as a form of confirmation. But what people fail to understand is that if you are a pattern trader, you will be always left behind. You will actually have never an idea about how trading works, because you got to understand the mechanics behind of a breakup structure and also understanding institutional price delivery. It's exactly what I teach because I've done the same mistakes by my own. Like that would have been my setup 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I would enter specifically there and take it. And let me tell you one thing. I even was profitable back in the days. And still I traded that one, but I was not really consistent. So I had some very serious bad months because this is not a profitable strategy. That can work, but let me show you what will happen. It can actually go against you. And that's exactly what I explained my members in our Zoom call. I explained to them that this is not a confirmation that I've been seeing here. It was not valid. Let me show you why. What is this level here at the top? Most will fail to understand what that is. But it's an inducement. It's a manipulation. It's actually right now, if you observe price action, it's something like this. You have a price delivery where price is pushing, starting to accumulate here, big accumulation, starts to manipulate outside of that, starts to go lower, starts to accumulate again, and to do a manipulation before it's gonna drop lower one more time before then it can go up higher and can continue with the real market movement. That was exactly everything behind that. And this is what I shared with my inner circle members in the Zoom call. And in the Zoom call, I also explained them the POIs. And here later on, here you see actually my trades. Sending them this one. This is this one where I scaled like crazy, as you can see. And it was very perfectly on how I did that. Every single time at the higher lows. Closed and then at the price of 273347. Was great. Initially, I wanted to go at least for 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. The end profit of 7,329, which is fine. And then you will see this was on another account. I only used here, for instance, 2 lots, but that was like the real trade, like the real confirmation. This is textbook on how I would trade something. You see, from here all the way to the top. Most of traders will not understand what I've done here. But I will explain to you here in this video, and I hope you can take the value out of this. This is the pre-manipulation. This is the phase where most of the traders will try to buy because they see a market creating higher highs, higher lows after it tapped into these equal lows. But what they forget to understand is that there is still something down below. So there is also a POI, and also by myself, I didn't know which one will work. I can only wait and see the reactions and understand the price delivery till that moment. And the price of delivery for me till that moment was actually clean. This is gonna not work out. And you see how price actually starts to like melt down here and stuff like this because it's ready to drop lower. I also predicted in the inner circle the time when you can actually enter it. It's actually right now, I said it's gonna happen probably before 1 o'clock. So everyone knew exactly what they have to check out. And what happens? Price finally sweeps, goes lower. So all we had to look at was our confirmation. So for me, basically, to see a momentum change, because right now everything's bearish. We're in a POI where we can expect bullishness. All you want to see is bullish momentum kicking in. As you can see, we have here a beautiful breaking structure. That was exactly the price where I entered. And out of a sudden, price started to move. You see, just from this moment till here, it pumped incredibly 26 pips. It's insane. And that one kept moving and moving and moving and moving. That's exactly why I scaled in at the higher lows. Here right now, very bullish. Very basic, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, blah, blah, blah. Very basic stuff. When I've seen this, I knew already my next scaling entry. Why? What is here? Equal highs. All right. When you see equal highs, what do you see here? Equal lows. Equal highs can sweep equal lows and can go higher. What have I done? I entered specifically when this kicked in. And boom, my new entry position was there and I could actually scale in by not risking more. I could now actually move my stop loss from here higher till this area on this trade to put stop here, and with this trade to be stopped out in profit, with this one of course in loss if that would be the case, but price is moving already in profit. So I could actually try to go and scale in into the next trade because everything was valid, everything was a bullish order flow. And then I already knew when I was in the situation, okay, this is an accumulation situation. This is right now a manipulation. And what will happen afterwards is a distribution. So what is price doing? It's distributing higher and it's hitting my TP, closed at the top, and boom, that was the very beautiful trade from this day. And that's exactly how I did it. It was nothing too complex or something. Everything followed by the rules, very easy. And I already knew that most of the people, this is what the screenshots tell me when they send me on Instagram, Darius, how could you get into it? Do you trade liquidity sweeps? What are you doing? Bro, all I do is follow my edge. I understand the probabilities. I understand the institutional power, how they move price, how they have to get triggered in. You got to understand this from this point, how smart money traders trade. If they want to bring price up, right, and they know they will bring it here or even higher at the end, right, because you will see how high the price actually moved, right, all the way till the top here, right, then yes, they could have just buy the market, but if they bring it down, this is how they can actually really trigger all their orders. This is how institutional order flow works. It's very basic. It's higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and stuff like this. But you gotta understand the institutional levels and where price actually has to reverse from, what it has to do. It has to do with the deep mechanics behind the financial markets, if you want to really understand that, right? It really goes much deeper than what I just told you, but at the end you have to simplify it, right? If you want to get a profitable trading edge out of that, all right? So with that being said, that's exactly what happened. And my prediction for gold in the future is also like it's gonna pump up higher and higher and higher. And if you don't want to miss the next setup that I'm looking at, you know where you have to check it out. Link down below. See you, friends. Have a nice one. Bye bye.